Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Prison Break. This is the 11th episode of the first season. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in and enjoy. So we started last episode with everybody scared that the new crew members, the new PI, would actually find the hole that they've been digging inside of obviously the CEO's break room. Now interestingly, you know, we had to put basically personal agendas aside and team up and work together. Michael and the Brute said, you know, they had a conversation and he was like, look, mate, you know, this is a problem for both of us. I want Fibonacci. I want to get out of here as well. You also want to save your brother's life. I think we're going to have to put, you know, our differences aside, and we're a team now. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, Michael did ask him, how far are you willing to go for this as a team? Now, we didn't actually see that conversation, but they did arrange for Finalizing to actually come to the prison, have a meeting with Michael and obviously Abruzzi, and to disclose the information of where Fibonacci actually is. So he's come, he's asking in the questions. Now Michael tried to cut a deal for himself. He said, look mate, I'll give him you if you give me 200k. Now I thought that was a good, reasonable offer, to be honest, considering how desperately they want to take this guy out. Now you know, Bruce, he actually turned around, he had a picture of Veronica. He was like, look mate, you know, you've been looking at people on the outside for us, I've been looking at people for you, and you're trying to pull this on us, we're going to pull this on you. So it's a choice. Do you want to give us you know, basically Fibonacci and we escape together, or, you know what I mean, it can go a total different way. We could take Veronica out. Now Michael's actually asked, can, you know, they make sure that the deal you know, with Fibonacci is quick and painful death. Do you know what I mean? Because he's an innocent man. Basically Michael explained the story that he's seen him John killing two people in cold blood, and he used this information, told the government, told the cops, whatever you want to call it, and he got put into witness protection program. Basically he was saying to Lincoln, he's struggling, to be honest, because basically it's a tale of, you know, trying to save Lincoln, who's innocent, by obviously sending another person to death who's innocent as well. Now the interesting thing is, you know, he did give Fibonacci the he said the location, he said it was in Canada. Now obviously Falzone's actually gone there, he's got arrested. It was a setup. Michael had already told the police and the cops or whatever what was about to go down. He's been taken into custody, he's going to go down for a while, whilst obviously luckily for Michael and the rest of the crew, John, inside the prison, Falzone already made his transfer to Bellic, which reinstated them back onto the PI crew, which then got them back into the CEO's obviously break room to carry on their digging. And also a new person has been recruited, because basically, yes, the person that's been giving Michael well, given the insulin blocker, as obviously we've seen, he's been seeing them dropping the concrete here and there, dispersing it obviously in the yard. He went in there, he's seen it himself, and basically he is now on board, because it was the same thing as Teabag. If you're not going to let me in, I'm going to sing from the hilltops. You know what I'm saying? So they had to do it. So their crew is literally getting bigger and bigger and bigger for this escape. It's going to be interesting to see. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash the like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
That one.
Nice choice.
6.25.
6.25. She's a lucky woman.
You kept it.
Kept what?
The flower. Clutter. It's overwhelming.
You should see my apartment.
Haven't even had our first date yet, and you're already inviting me in. Thought you were a nice girl.
Oh, Michael, we all know nice girls finish last.
They're definitely getting so much closer, aren't they?
And
Sarah, we're backing up out here.
right, I'm sorry.
What do you want us to do? You want us to wave the white flag, call time out?
I just want to get Lincoln off death row.
Lincoln? We just learned that Vice President Reynolds funneled millions of dollars in research grants into her brother's company, made millions of small donations to her campaign, setting her up to be the next leader of the free world.
That's ruthless, that. He's going to go there, say like he scratched himself or something.
This room is getting a little too dark for me to dig.
Oh yeah, he's proper racist, isn't it?
Are you telling me that there's a hole in Fox River that you don't want to get into? Now, how come Fusili over here ain't grabbing a shovel?
I'm handling arrangements on the outside.
Theo coming.
Move, guys. Put that back up there.
Schofield, it's time for your conjugal. Wife is here.
Oh, he's got a wife. He's definitely done something on the outside then. He's prepped it on her.
So you're Mrs. Schofield. Ever done this before? Don't worry, I'm just trying to make conversation. She look familiar to you?
No, Captain.
Is it awful being here?
Remember the first place you stayed? That hotel by the airport. Only difference is $69 and the free shampoo.
Why would you need a credit card in prison?
See, I don't think the ride changed anything.
He's gonna see them walk out.
You understand this is standard procedure following a conjugal, right, Schofield? She come around here before?
First time.
You sure? Because damn if I don't recognize her from somewhere.
Oh, carry me home. Swing low. You know this one, don't you? Sweet child.
Michael's coming back from the boneyard. Alone. Alone. Tell you everything about being Mary Cruz, and you can't even tell me you're married?
Later.
You know, while the rest of us are in here slinging concrete, you got some little girl and you play on your rusty trombone.
While we're digging this hole, what are you doing?
Do you know what, right? Bruce has just said that, but he was just sat there a minute ago saying he's management and he's not really doing any labour because he's the one that's sorting out the planning to, you know, outside of the escape. So, you know what I mean? How's he there now throwing, like, digs at Michael for not putting in the work, so to speak, because they are, when he's just literally said, like, 5 minutes ago that he's not actually taking part. Now, again, how can you be salty about somebody who already probably had a conjugal booked in prior to all of this actually going down? You know what I mean? It's just had an hour break or whatever, different. It's not as if he's been there all day. I've got to say as well, though, the place where they're dumping the rocks now on the inside of the wall, that's really good, actually. You know what I mean? They've already got the stud partitions up. Now they're hitting the plasterboard. Obviously, they've got a cavity gap there that they're going to pour it in. That's much better than doing it one by one outside. You know, if you've seen it last time, there's no way that they'd be able to get that whole hole out there in just little bits. It would literally take forever. So dumping it all in that cavity, it's really good. It's really clever. And, you know, I actually forgot that Teabag is proper racist, isn't he? He actually really, really is. It's going to be interesting to see how it actually goes. You know, I wouldn't be surprised me if him and that C-Note guy on the end on the escape try to throw each other under the bus. It'd be interesting.
A credit card? The bulls catch you with that. They'll be so far up your doggy door, you'll be...
Don't worry. They won't be catching me with one. I don't have a credit card.
Unless it's for all the doors. Imagine that. That's so sick. That's what I'm thinking. It's a swipe card for all the different doors around the prison. Moment of truth, and it worked.
What happened? I must have dozed off. I was driving for 12 hours. Like, I think there's a medical kit over here.
No one's going anywhere.
I mean, why did he have to do his face in? He could have done that at any time.
Bye to Junior. You know how many pints of blood the human body has? How many do you think Prince Charming over there on the floor has left? You tell me everything that you have discovered about the Burroughs case.
And who else you've told about it?
And there's a chance that I might let you go in time to get Mr. Savin to a doctor.
Mate, it's interesting. You just lie about your information that you know. He would never know if you tell him the truth or not. He's got a hope.
One suit, one pair of socks, a pair of shoes, shoelaces, small tape recorder, one gold watch.
Someone stole his gold watch.
Don't you hurt them.
But you gotta tell me exactly what they know and who else they've told. And nobody has to die tonight.
I don't know what's going on. I swear to God.
Oh, I wish I could believe that.
I don't get why they just don't give him some information, but like just minimal. Literally minimal.
I seen you before, right? You're part of that PI crew. Maybe you could hook me up. You know, brother needs to make some green, some casheesh. You know what I'm saying?
Like having another kid. Already raised one. I'm too old to do it again.
Just need to know if you've seen a guard with a gold watch.
Westmoreland! Pope wants to see you!
My wife just faxed this over for you from county records. Copy of Schofield's marriage license.
Why would he walk around with a gold watch on that he's robbed from an inmate inside of the prison? That wouldn't make sense either. He needs to get that guy's roommate in to pickpocket him, say he's got fast hands. You know what I mean? He needs a young'un to come in and take it off him.
A paper trail of an indictment that never even happened? Is this it? So is this really all you've got? We both know why you're really here, don't we? And it ain't to save Lincoln Burroughs' life.
Everybody has their own personal agenda, don't they, in each case?
These walls, I creep in, I crawl. Look.
Still interested in getting in on PI?
Does my mama got big breastises?
I wouldn't know.
Oh, yeah, she does.
I need you to steal something back that was stolen from me.
What kind of something we talking about?
Just to watch. It's Italian, a Remedi. Gold band, pearl face, all weather.
What year?
2003.
Hidden deployment. There ain't no way to snatch it without the mark feeling it. Which just means I'm gonna have to get whimsical on this, Vicky.
What's going on?
I've got some bad news, Charles. Your daughter is very sick. She's got esophageal cancer at Sacred Heart in Indianapolis, and she wants to see you while there's still time.
How much time?
Doctors say a few weeks. It's state policy.
You're telling me I have to wait until she dies before I see her?
It's pretty ruthless, to be fair, and I don't understand that. Like, I could understand if somebody has been in prison for like 1 or 2 years, and do you know what I mean? You don't know if people are acting up. You know what I'm saying? So people play up so that they can get kind of what they want. But like, has this guy said that he's not been in there for like 34 years? And technically, it could all be a game to him. You know what I mean? Like, he could be playing it all because he's waiting for the right time. But the fact is, you know, at what point do you look at a record and say, yo, this dude has been in here for 34 years and never once caused any trouble? He's been outstanding, do you know what I mean? We give him all these responsibilities. He's been many times where he could have attacked a guard, many riots, many fights, you know what I mean? He's been put in situations where he could steal weapons and you know, like shanks and everything like that, and he's never done it. He's always been a model inmate, do you know what I mean? If you was going to pick somebody, you would pick him. You would trust everything. And like, the fact is, if his daughter's dying, she's got cancer, she wants to see him, he should be allowed to go. Even if she said that he's not allowed to fly, surely that you could drive there. Surely that is a way around it. You know, you can always get to a location, different way, means of, you know, travel instead of flying. So, again, it's just one I think. I still keep thinking it's going to be the parole thing that he was saying. You know, it's got to tick him over the edge to want to join Michael, where, like, he goes up for it and they reject him. But maybe it's this one. Maybe he goes up for, like, kind of leaves to go and see my dying kid, and he say no, and he's like, right, that's it, sack it. You know what I mean? Like, I've done everything and I get nothing back. What's the point? I might as well be treated the same as everyone else. I'm going to escape.
Mr. Schofield, looks like I'll be administering your shot today.
Oh, no way. Yeah, that's well good from him. I mean, that was well good from him. I hope he plays a bit more into this. Like, he seems alright. He's quite interesting.
But you know what the worst part is? That you dragged these people into this knowing that you had no clue how to get them out. You were also the one person that can end it all right here. You just nod, and I'll know you're ready to talk.
He done well there, going to that furnace and burning through them things. That was quite clever. Can he not take his gun?
We're getting out of here.
Mate, it's mad the spiral that these guys are in. Literally, they're well in deep.
A gift from my cellmate. What's it for anyway?
Thought you didn't want to know about any of this.
Things have changed.
But everyone who's in is bringing something to the table.
What money?
How much are we talking about?
I think you know.
But it's a little convenient. Come on in, and suddenly you're the guy. How do I know you're not lying right now?
Hey, old man River, keep it moving.
He doesn't. What is that? Can he create like a little bomb or something? I don't know. Why are people so smart? Literally, so smart.
How is it that a people so historically lazy ended up being such a big part of the nation's workforce?
It's everyone else that's lazy. Otherwise, there wouldn't be any jobs for the immigrants.
You know what? We may be a team in here. The minute we get over that wall, it's every man for himself.
You think I'm an idiot? I'm just gonna walk into a well?
Oh, he done well, I'll tell you there. They definitely should be able to get off now. Yeah, he's not getting out of that.
Schofield! I'm sitting down on the job. I want you out here working where I can see you.
It's not really hit it, has it? I can still see it. So it's recording something. Oh. Is he getting it the next day? I guess he's trying to work out how many times they pass it or something. He must know from somewhere. Strip club? Is she a dancer? I mean, technically, right, it doesn't really matter if Michael's wife is a dancer. It doesn't really matter, does it? I mean, I guess that he's just going to go there and start questioning her about Michael and see if he can get something out of her. But That's how he knows her, you know what I mean? Strip club. Again, another interesting thing is there, you know, T-Bag was basically saying to Sucre about all of his people coming in and taking the jobs out of everybody. But you get, honestly, you get that in the UK as well, you know. You get a lot of people in the UK moaning that all these people from, like, from Europe come over and start working and taking jobs from everybody. But, like, you know, I'm going to counter that and say, you know, many of the Europeans that come over to the UK, right, they will do any job. Literally, you want them to do anything? There'll be a builder, there'll be a bricklayer, do you know what I mean? There'll be a taxi driver, they work in a chipper, you know, they work in retail. If you want digging outside, do you know what I mean? You want them to work in the rain, they'll work. And they're not taking our jobs. It's just that many people here in the UK, we're lazy. We actually are. And, like, if you offer somebody to go work outside in the rain, oh, I can't be bothered. You know what I mean? So, like, people come over here because the UK technically pay decent wages compared to other European countries. But they're willing to do anything. And they're not taking our jobs. What they're doing is they're taking the jobs that we're too lazy to do. And that's what I take from it anyway. You know, you always get some people that are moaning, but it's the people that are willing to work that are actually working. They're taking jobs off people that are lazy. You know what I mean? They're not taking jobs off people that are there to work. So if anybody wants to come over to the UK and do the shift and pay the taxes and put in hard graft, go for it, mate. Because that would be me. If I could move to another country and get better salary, I would do it as well. And I'd just be in the same boat as them.
Why don't you sit down and chat for a while? See if we hit it off. Nika. That's a pretty name. How's your husband feel about you working here?
Well, I'm not married.
I hope you're lying for the sake of titillation. Otherwise, your little visit to Fox River this morning would have been breaking the law.
Well, he's a very good man.
I'm sure he is. But even good men do bad things. How recently did you come over?
Oh, he's trying to get her done.
I bet. Now, I don't want to have to check into your immigration status. Now, either you answer my questions about Schofield, or I call him a guy in the Chicago PD.
Credit card. He asked me to bring him the credit card. That's it.
Proper committed to the job out there. Look at him. He loves it. This guy should never technically get out either unless somebody helps him out.
Come and get me now.
I suppose that would work.
I'm a new Glarus.
1971, the year of the DB Cooper hijacking. DI 192589. First number in a series of bills used in the ransom drop.
All it proves is you did the research.
He's leaving him something. Maybe he's giving him one of the bills.
So you're married.
Not in the traditional sense of the word.
Michael, we're both adults. Put your cards on the table.
Sarah.
It's Dr. Tancredi.
He thought he was going to be a good thing.
I'm not a jealous woman, but I'm a careful one. And for some reason, when I'm around you, I'm not. From now on, your shots, any medical concerns, they're all fine, as long as it's doctor-patient. But personal questions and favors of any kind are no longer a part of our relationship.
How'd it go?
I got a broken leg down here. Yeah, listen, you know, I think maybe we got off on the wrong foot.
You've got to kill him. Well, I would. I'd throw him a rope and then I would kill him.
Don't do this. Don't do this.
He's the only one who knows we don't have the Burroughs kid. The only one.
I told you, man, this guy's going to get killed off him. He's going to kill his mate. Yeah. I'm surprised he just didn't shoot him, though. Just easy. Just one shot, kill him. They've already covered up so many deaths.
You sat around here for 20 minutes waiting to hear that?
18 minutes, actually. 18 minutes is how long we have between each time the guards pass beneath the infirmary windows on their rounds. And days from now, on the night of the escape, we'll have 18 minutes to get the bars off the infirmary window, and for all 7 of us to get across the wire and over the wall.
Right, what did he say? They got 18 minutes to take the bars off the window and 7 people to go across that wire. But, like, if you take 1 minute per person, that's 7 minutes gone straight away. And I think it'll take longer than 7 minutes per person. Do you reckon that cable can hold 2 people at once? I don't know. So, like, let's just say it takes 90 seconds, yeah? Then that means that you're going to be in around 11, 12 minute mark. And by doing that, do you know what I mean? Like, you've only got them... like 6 minutes to get the bars off of the window as well. So I don't know, technically maybe it's pushing it anyway. I feel like what's going to happen is maybe 5 get over, 1 will be dangling, 1 will be in the window, like he won't be on the thing yet, and then chaos is just going to erupt. That's what I'm predicting anyway. That's what I think's going to happen.
Come on, Michael, talk to me. take at least 5 minutes for us to get the bars off the window in the infirmary, and 2 minutes for each of us to get across the wire.
I've just done my own maths.
We've only got 18 minutes. We've got too many people.
That was so interesting because I've just literally done my own maths equation there and I was trying to figure it out. He's calculated 2 minutes, that's 14. He said to 7 people, 2 minutes, that's 14 minutes plus 5, that's 19. Obviously, that's 1 minute too long, but I can counter that by saying you've averaged a 2 minute per person, when technically one person could be 2 minutes, one could be 90 seconds, some could be rapid, they could be 1 minute, and then you gain the extra 30 seconds or 1 minute on the next one. So, you know what I mean? You can't really do it yet. And yeah, okay, you're saying that you got too many people, but why don't you stagger it? Why don't you organise it? Why don't you say that I'm going first because it's my plan and Lincoln? Do you know what I mean? Like, the way you would actually structure it, you'd like, look, everybody could come, but it's in the positions that we all kind of taken our places. Me and Lincoln was always in. It was our plan. We're 1 and 2. Yeah? We need a brute set for the escape plan. You know what I mean? He's 3. At the end of the day, don't care what anybody says. Us 3 been working on it. We're the key members. Then you've got 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever order you want. Do you know what I mean? You's coming last, so technically you're last. That's how they should lay it out. And at the end of the day, like he said before, and I've been saying, it's going to be every man for themselves when you get to a certain position. You know, as soon as you get on that rope or get off that wall and you're running down Fifth Street, do you know what? Do you know what I'm saying? If one person gets caught off the cops, you know, you're not going to turn around and help him, are you? You're going to be like, look, sack him, unlucky, we're outside, I'm thinking about me, it's all about me and being selfish. So that again is going to be interesting. Nobody's minding the door right now, you know, he's actually come inside Teabag, which makes you think that maybe one of the CEOs might pop around and scare them. But Michael's doing well in terms of like calculating and figuring out stuff. I do kind of like how he calls the alarm, so he can go on the roof and he can stand there and he can calculate which traffic, you know, like the roads would take and which one. No, that was really good to see. You know, we're not dive a bit further into using the Pope's office and fixing that, what is it, the Taj Mahal or whatever they are building. That's going to be interesting how that plays into the story as well. Charles Westmoreland, you know, he's in now, DB Cooper, whatever. He's got his 1.5 mil. The interesting thing is, you know, if it was in the UK and you'd done that, it wouldn't be able to spend it anymore because we've changed our bills. You know, we used to have paper like the US and now we kind of like a plasticky one. Like, I think, as I recall, we might have actually exchanged notes like 2 different times, you know, like, so we've changed the style of them. So if somebody robbed or stole some money from a bank, say 50 years ago, if you buried it and you were thinking that you're going to go and get it now and you're going to use it, it'd be irrelevant. That money would be redundant now. Do you know what I mean? Because those $20 bills or £20 notes are different to today's money. And you had a certain time before you could exchange it before it become irrelevant, unusable. I think from looking at the US, it's always been the same bills, you know, the same people on it. I think right now, obviously, we've just lost Queen Elizabeth. Do you know what I mean? We got King Charles and we're probably going to go through a process of changing all the money again. And they'll become the one with the Queen on, will be redundant. And then when he dies, they'll do it again for Prince William's or whoever else takes over it. So it's pretty mad, really, how we change it all the time, the amount of cost that it would be. But here, they've got the money, they've got the escape plan, they've got the plane, they've got their location that they need to go, they've dug through the hole. You know, you can see that Michael is kind of being affected by his relationship with Sarah. You know what I mean? She's saying that somebody else is going to administer his medicine and stuff now, you know what I mean? Or maybe, no, she was saying that when they're together, she's just going to administer the medicine and act like a doctor, and there's going to be no more private conversations, no more favours, no more talking. It's just going to be strictly patient and doctor. Do you know what I mean? That'll be interesting to see as well, because she's definitely catching the feels and digging into him a little bit. So it's going to be interesting to see how that one plays out as well with their escape. Because if he is catching the feels and they're escaping, then what is the point? Do you know what I'm saying? Because he's not going to be able to be in a relationship with her. So again, it's going to be one to keep an eye on. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. You know what? I really liked how we utilised the roommate of Charles, you know, the young guy that's come in that tea bag. Tried to get, and obviously Michael's had a conversation with him and said that he'd leave him alone. You know, he has been wandering around and trying to get in on everybody's, well, he was trying to go through everybody's crew, wanted to be part of like a unit, and nobody really accepted him. But I like how they utilised him today, to be honest. It was really good. You know, he pickpocketed, well, is it called pickpocketing? I think if you take it off someone's wrist, you know what I mean? But he literally faked that he was having a seizure, went into obviously the doctor's office, and then as everybody was kind of like panicking and moving around, because he's basically saying the clasp on the watch, you know, he'll feel it getting unbuckled unless he like there's contact or something else going on. While all the commotion was going on, trying to throw him on the best, he took it off him, and obviously he's give it to Michael, who said that he can actually possibly have a chance on the PI unit. So it's going to be interesting to see if he actually takes part. Now, obviously, the guy that's coming round to try and kill everybody, you know, we know we've seen him kill Veronica's fiance. He's obviously killed. Well, he hasn't actually killed. I was going to say the other people. It was the other Secret Service people that done it. But his intentions was to go and kill these here, obviously in the cabin. Now, I don't understand why they waited until the night time to scratch his face, to pretend he was in a crash, to go in and obviously to shoot him in the back. He could have just infiltrated that camp at any time, to be honest, when nobody was looking, and just gone in and done it. He's ended up getting knocked into a well. He's down there, broken leg, can't get out. The only way somebody, if they helped him, he's called for help, obviously, to the people that he was kind of taking the piss out of, let's be honest, and like kind of stamping his authority over. They just said, look, mate, you know, we would never hear. I'm just going to put this lid back on and just leave you there. You're not going to get out. I do feel like that guy is always consistently raising who couldn't shoot the first woman. Do you know what I mean? The guy who's got a wife and kids, he's going to be the weak link. You know, he was saying last episode that maybe if he knew that they was going to be going down this far of a rabbit hole, do you know what I'm saying? Like, he wouldn't have took this job. He would have just got a regular 9 to 5 drinking coffee behind the desk. And he just said, well, maybe I'll be putting a bullet in your head then. Do you know, he said that, didn't he? And I think that's going to actually happen as well. So that's going to be interesting to see, obviously, how their relationship obviously progresses. These guys have obviously got loads of information on in terms of like the political game and what they're playing, and obviously the money laundering and the campaign funding. He was trying to extract that today, wasn't he, and find it out, but he didn't really get anything of it, and they've managed to kind of get off now after he fell in that well. So that's interesting. He's been shot though, so they probably have to go take him to a hospital. You know, Michael's plan's still going kind of well, but obviously Bellic's in there now. He's got a swipe card, which is pretty clever, disguised as a credit card. He got somebody who's just moved over. It seemed like she needed it. Did say she was from Prague? She needed a green card, married Michael. Obviously, that gives her US citizenship, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Bellic's obviously threatening her to take that away. She's panicked. She's give up what she give to Michael, technically. Bellic's probably still wondering what it is. What does he need a credit card for? He's probably going to do a sweep, but Michael's obviously not got a credit card. It was like a false front, and he's used it for a swipe card to access records, which obviously give him his information today to record the walk, the timing, everything like that. So far, he's put everything in place. It's really good, really clever, and I'm interested to see, obviously, if they're successful in the escape. What's this? Episode 11? I don't know how many's left. Is this like mid-season? I feel like it's a big, long season, to be honest, like 22 episodes. So we've still got loads to go, but loads of exciting stuff's happening as well. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you did enjoy it, please smash the like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.